It is time now for Money Power Politics. Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell announced another cut to their key interest rate by a quarter point, saying that if you see trouble on the horizon, it is better to try and steer away if you can. President Trump, of course, blasted the decision, saying the chairman had no guts, no sense, and no vision, and called him a terrible communicator. Well, regardless of the president's criticism, Jay Powell pointed to a global slowdown and, of course, the president's trade war. But now we are getting word that some of America's biggest business leaders are starting to get worried. According to a new survey from the Business Roundtable, confidence in the U.S. economy is dropping among the nation's top corporate executives, with the survey seeing its biggest quarterly drop in 7 years. Joining me now, who is not a man who is not afraid to speak, who has a whole lot of guts and even more success. Self-made billionaire Tillman Fertitta, chairman and CEO of one of the largest dining and hospitality brands in the country, Landry's. He's also the owner of the Houston Rockets. He's got a new book out, Shut Up and Listen, where he offers advice for small business owners, sharing his own personal secrets to success. Tillman, congratulations on the book and welcome. By all measures, the economy is booming. But this Business Roundtable report from CEOs has a lot of people questioning, what do you think the economy really looks like?
First off, it really is not booming. But remember, we've been on a run now since 09, 010. And so it's been 9 years. And there's always usually a hiccup after 4 or 5 years. So it slowed down really a couple of years ago where it wasn't going like this anymore and it started going like this. And hopefully we'll just stay like this for a couple more years and enjoy it. But there is going to be a hiccup. It is coming. We're having one of the greatest runs. It is the greatest run in the history of the United States. The rest of the world is slowing. That's having an effect on us. We see it all over in our international sales, but our domestic sales are more flattish now, from the casinos to the restaurants to the hospitality side. You don't get the growth that you did a few years ago, but you're not going to over and over and over again.
Ken Langone said yesterday, recessions are like diets. You might not like them, but everybody needs one every once in a while. And you've said in the past, when you hit a hard time in the economy, from a business perspective, lean into it. There's opportunity. How do you see it?
Well, I've always grown my company in recessions and hard times because I always talk about build your balance sheet and your liquidity in great times. And when it's tough times, that's when my company has always pounced and used that as an opportunity to take advantage of your weaker people. In the book, I talk about eat the weak in the bad times. And not to be cruel, but somebody has to do it, so just as soon be us.
All right, well, let's talk about who feels the weakest in the economy. The reason I wanted to talk to you today is because you're a rare CEO who's got basketball players who get paid $40 million, but you own restaurants. So you employ dishwashers, hotels, you've got chambermaids and waitresses. Does capitalism today work for everybody? I know it's worked for you.
Okay, capitalism works for everybody, and people are making more money today than they have ever made, and unemployment is lower than it's ever been. And it works. And why does somebody want to mess with capitalism? Why does somebody want to come after the people that create jobs? I have almost 60,000 employees. How am I a bad guy that all they want to talk about is these billionaires who constantly build every single day to create more jobs?
Nobody's saying that you're a bad guy. The question is, are our lowest wage employees getting enough to support themselves? How do you feel about raising a minimum wage or providing more health care?
I do not have a problem with minimum wage going up. Okay, we've got to fix the health care problem in America. I don't believe it's our problem at every company. I believe it is a national crisis, but everybody in America should have health care. We are the United States of America. I would rather it be like Medicare and Medicaid, where it just everybody pays a certain 1 or 2 or 3% and we all have it. Now, if you want a little more or you want to see a specialist and you want to pay extra, that's your right. But everybody in America in this great country should have health care.
You're a lifetime conservative and a Republican. What helped get President Trump elected, though, were so many Americans who said, I'm forgotten, capitalism doesn't work for me, I'm getting screwed. So how is it that you can say capitalism works for everybody when a whole bunch of new Republicans popped up and supported the president who said, nope, it doesn't work for me?
It does work. How does it not work, Stephanie?
He was elected by the forgotten American who said, I'm screwed.
Okay, but he got elected by blue-collar Democrats who said, I'm ready for some change.
Why did they need change if things were working as far as the economy?
Because everybody wants more, and that's the American way. But he got a lot of the union vote that helped him get elected in your Pennsylvanias and your Wisconsins and your Ohios. But because people wanted change, and they also had problems with some of the social side of the other side who he was running against. And I think this time again that there's a very good chance he gets elected, because when somebody goes in that voting booth, they don't like the way somebody stands on even social issues.
Tillman, you decided to write this book because you did pursue the American dream and you live it. What's the most important thing you want people to understand? We all were given a talent, okay? I can't play an instrument, I can't sing, I can't even draw a stick person. But he made me an entrepreneur. And everybody's got to find out what they do best, and they've got to take that and grasp it. We got to know what we don't know. Everybody has a talent. Grab it and do it. Look at your talent, Stephanie. You know what you wanted to do. I'm still looking for it. Tillman Fertitta, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. Shut Up and Listen is his latest book. You might want to check it out.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.